Politicians love talking about small businesses.
We will champion small businesses, America's engine of job growth.
This is as American as apple pie. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy.
At least 35 million Americans work in firms with under 100 employees. They get paid more than $1 trillion annually. And for many, starting a business is their own part of the American dream. But surviving has been tough through the recession and the tepid recovery. Demand is the big problem. It's directly tied to the economy and how many people are employed. Greater job certainty makes people spend. Uncertainty holds them back.
Other than the general state of the economy, what are the specific issues that prevent a small business from expanding? Well, first, there's the availability of capital, credit, then the taxation burden, and third, health care costs. The question is, what are the presidential candidates doing to deal with these issues?
Feeling burned by the financial crisis, banks have been less willing to make loans than they were in the past. 43% of small businesses report being unable to obtain adequate financing. The president created a small business lending fund in 2010. It's pushed $4 billion to community banks and loan funds, and he's committed another $2 billion to the Small Business Administration to support startups. Mitt Romney argues that his broader economic policy of lowering taxes, cutting regulation, and government spending will spur banks to make more loans. Another issue for small business is taxes.
The complexity and simply the number of hours it takes to comply with the tax code is a far greater burden than the level of taxes or the dollar amount of taxes.
Obama often talks about his 18 tax cuts supporting small businesses. However, most of his cuts and incentives have been temporary and not widely adopted. Romney wants to lower taxes across the board and says he'll simplify the tax code, something that many say would help small businesses with compliance. But specifics from Romney are few and far between. Finally, health care hangs heavy on the minds and the pockets of small business owners. A Kaiser Family Foundation report showed that employer contributions to annual health insurance premiums for family coverage reached almost $11,000 per employee last year. That's enough to stop someone from starting a business and enough to make it hard to hire workers if you don't offer health care benefits. Obama's Affordable Care Act worked to ease those issues by providing tax credits to those who cover their employees. It will offer exchanges for health insurance intended to bring the cost of health care down and provide a platform to find health insurance for those who might be moving jobs. But starting in 2014, businesses with over 50 full-time employees will be required to provide coverage, or they'll face a stiff penalty. If you have 49 employees, would you hire one more if you had to pay health benefits for 50? That could prevent small business owners from expanding and hiring. But 85% of firms with 25 to 49 employees already offer health benefits to their employees. Of course, an employer that already has more than 50 workers that doesn't offer health insurance may decide to downsize once the mandate and the new costs kick in. But only 7% of firms that employ between 50 and 200 workers don't provide coverage. Romney wants to repeal Obamacare and all the credits and mandates that come with it, but supports exchanges as a way of giving flexibility to small businesses and the uninsured.
Credit, taxes, health care, they're all important, but ultimately a business's decision to expand is based on whether there's demand for their products and services. That's about employment. So making a decision about which president is going to be better for small business has a lot to do with which president you think is going to do more to create jobs. Ali Velshi, CNN, New York.